This episode of the Everyday Mermaid Podcast is sponsored by the Mermaid Box. Ah! That's the sound it makes when you open it in your head, not in real life. But it's fantastic, and that sound is truly like that tells you everything you need to know about the Mermaid Box.
I actually think I do make that sound every time we open it.
It's true.
Pretty
it's
sure.
So magical. And you can pick yours up at mermaidful.com. They are also on Facebook and Instagram at mermaidful. And if you want to use my code mermaidvlogs, you can get a little percentage off of your subscription box. I mean, the last couple months have been great. We've gotten some mermaid sweatshirts, some t-shirts, some hair products, jewelry, basically anything mermaid. They're going to have in these boxes, and you will not be disappointed, mermaids. Check them out at mermaidful.com.
Do it, do it.
Hey, everybody.
We're back, fishes!
Wait, I got an intro.
I was getting... I know.
Every
I
time.
do not. Isn't that what Flanner says?
I am
not.
Ah, you're not a guppy, Lauren. You're not. Hey, everybody. It's Abby, your everyday mermaid, and this is
Lauren!
my Gal Pal, and you were listening to the Everyday Mermaid Podcast.
We're back, fishes!
There you go. Yeah, we are back after what we would like to call, and what other people have referred to as, a holiday break.
Mm-hmm. Also, we haven't seen each other in a solid month.
Yep, it actually has been a month.
Yeah.
So that's...
We did not plan our holidays accordingly.
Well, we didn't plan a lot of things accordingly, but
sometimes we're organized.
sometimes. And for the most part, we're consistent.
Yes.
But my sister got married, and she got married in my hometown. And Christmas was 2 weeks later, so we just kind of stayed.
Yeah.
And so I didn't see anyone
And
in
then
Nashville.
I was in Costa Rica the first week of December. So we left on Black Friday, and then we're gone. And then I came back, and then you were gone 3 days later.
Yeah.
And that was it.
We tried to make it work. Just didn't happen.
No, I don't think we tried very hard. Because I think both of us went, oh.
Yeah. What we're saying here is we're back, and we apologize for the delay. So a lot has happened. So maybe we should just start from the beginning.
Let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. Okay. Chapter 1, I am born. Yes, so we went to Costa Rica.
Yes.
We had a fantastic time.
You and boyfriend.
Me and boyfriend. And as it turns out, I have spent my entire life near the ocean. Most of my life near the ocean at some point in time. My father lived in Florida for a very long time. I lived in LA. The beach was very close. And then I spent a year in New Zealand, which, for those of you who don't know, is made up of 2 islands. So water everywhere.
Yes.
Never, not once, have I ever been interested in surfing.
Okay.
At all.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's just not, like, nobody in my family surfs. We would go out on the boat in Florida, and I know how to deep sea fish, and I know how to snorkel, and do all lots of water related things.
But you just have not been interested.
But yeah, never surfing.
Okay. All right.
And boyfriend really, really wanted to take a surfing lesson. And I was like, wonderful. While you're out there, I'll be on the beach with my trashy romance novel.
Basking in the sun.
I will wave at you from the shoreline and praise in your amazing athletic abilities to stand on a board on water.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Okay.
And he was like, but I really want you to do it with me.
Oh,
yes.
No.
So the pressuring happened. It was very funny because, like, one night after I'd had a couple of drinks.
2 drink Lauren.
Yeah, 2 drink Lauren. It doesn't take much. He was like starting to feel bad because the next day was the surfing lesson. And he was kind of feeling bad because I was, like poking at him for this whole surfing lesson thing. He's like, well, I hope you don't feel like I pressured you into this lesson. I was like, 100%. You pressured me into this lesson. 100%.
Oh,
I
no.
have been pressured to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing this because you wanted me to do this and you
Right.
wouldn't stop like wanting me to do this. So I'm doing
And what
this.
a wonderful girlfriend you are.
I'm an excellent girlfriend.
Yes.
So I did the surfing lesson.
How was it?
I'm so good at surfing. I got up on the board every single time.
Oh my god!
I got up my first time. I
What a-
stood up on the board.
Wow.
And stood up every time after that too.
So, how was boyfriend though?
Boyfriend was great, and then he hurt himself.
What?
Halfway through the surfing lesson, he popped off his board, like he jumped off to go turn around, and he landed wrong on his ankle.
No.
Yep. He was
Oh,
doing so
no.
well. He's starting to get the hang of it, and hurt his ankle.
So did he hurt his ankle like how far into it were you?
We were over halfway through the trip, so
Okay.
luckily it wasn't
Okay.
like devastating, but yeah, it was also devastating.
It's funny
Oh, it
because
felt so bad.
yeah, he was the one that wanted to
Oh,
do
yeah.
it, and then you're really good at
And
it.
then I'm like, this is amazing.
Oh my
So yeah,
gosh.
I'm totes good at surfing.
My sister went on her honeymoon to Costa Rica for 10 days.
And did you love it?
Yes. But what they did, apparently you would know, I don't know. There's like a rainforest side and then like
Yeah.
a not
Yeah.
rainforest side. And so they stayed like half the time in one side of the island and half the time in the
Yeah.
other side.
It's a beautiful, beautiful country. So it turns out they have no army. They have no military force.
Oh.
So a number of years ago, they decided to dismantle their military entirely and use all of the funds for it for ecological preservation.
What?
Which is why they have some of the
Yeah.
most beautiful rainforests in the world.
Wow.
Because they spend all of their money protecting it.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
What about their people?
Oh,
How's
they were super
security?
friendly. They just don't really worry about it. Their only big beef seems to be with Nicaragua
Yes.
up north.
Yep.
But that's been
That's been a thing.
a thing
Well,
for a while.
Anna, my sister, and her now husband, they had like this tour guide the whole time, Victor. And they said that anytime anything would be like go wrong or something, oh, it's those Nicaraguans, you know, like
that's funny.
there's a dog in the road, oh, Nicaragua dog, you know, like just always Nicaragua.
Were they up close to the border?
I don't know,
Oh, that's
but
funny.
I thought that was interesting.
I think the biggest downside was we did a couple of hikes and along the beach, and you can see the plastic everywhere.
Yeah,
I mean, all over the beach.
I hate that.
Big pieces, tiny little pieces. You 100% can see like how the plastic is like wearing away and becoming microplastics
my
in the
gosh.
ocean. It was that was the worst part.
Who was it? Lyndon said that apparently now it's raining. There's
Yes.
plastic in the rain.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is.
So,
Ugh.
yeah. But speaking of your sister, how was the wedding?
Oh my Lord, it was beautiful. Everything was lovely. Everything was beautiful. She was beautiful. I may have cried a lot because it was so beautiful. Mom actually arranged most of the music, and so there's a lot of like Downton Abbey
Aw.
and like a string quartet. Well, there's piano too.
Yeah.
There's some I don't know. It felt like you were in a movie the whole time. It was awesome. And then Mom and Dad actually sang at the reception because they used to be.
duo.
I mean, yeah, they still sing together, but they sing "Endless Love." It was the cutest thing.
And are you excellent at speeches?
I'm actually really great at speeches because my entire speech was all Taylor Swift lyrics.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
It was great. I'll put it on YouTube or something.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
it was pretty great.
A real quick caveat though,
Yeah.
talking about Taylor Swift.
What?
Guess what else I've seen?
What?
Cats.
You saw Cats?
I saw Cats.
Oh my gosh, we have to talk about it. I have so many questions. I've literally gone through all the tweets of people, and it's bad. It's so bad.
Mm-hmm.
All the things I read. Okay, we can talk about that
Later.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
I could have gone my whole life. My whole life.
Wow.
Could have gone my whole life without that movie.
Maybe we should just talk about it now.
Okay.
I really want to know.
It was it used to be the longest running show on Broadway.
And so they've decided to turn it into a movie.
Well, there's the VHS version of the Broadway show.
Oh, yes.
In the early 90s.
Yeah.
I owned that. I still own that.
Totally. I'm sure it's great.
I loved it
Yeah.
as a kid. Watched the living daylights out of it.
Yeah.
This is not that. The great irony is that I actually was not disappointed in it.
Oh.
It is exactly what I thought it was going to be based on the trailers. I saw the trailers and I was like, oh, that's going to be trash. And it was trash.
Well, I saw somebody tweet. I went through all the tweets.
Oh, yeah.
And one like thread was about how they released it, the first release.
Yeah.
Who was
we
it?
might have seen that.
Is it
Judi Dench.
Judi Dench?
Yeah.
They didn't have time to finish CGIing her hands. So it's literally her actual human hands with her wedding ring and all.
Yep.
The entire movie they didn't.
Yeah. So I don't remember that. Like, I don't remember if she had the human hands or she had the cat hands. I don't know. We might have seen that version. It pales in comparison to how bad it is. And the particular scene at the end, which is like the one where everybody shows the picture where they're all like standing around her and she has like the very specifically human hand with the thing. You're not paying attention to that because she's dead looking at you through the camera. She's looking at you in the audience because, okay, so the musical Cats has this really terrible song right at the very end, and it's called like How to Address a Cat. And it's by far the worst way a musical ends in any way, shape, or form because it's just not a good song. Like one of the first lines in it is, don't call a cat a dog. I'm like, why would I call a cat a dog? It's a cat. Like, it's a cat. I know what's a cat. Big cats, little cats. They're all cats. They like cats. Boxes that they sit in. If I fits, I sits. Like, that's a cat thing. They're cats. I don't call them dogs. They're cats. So there's just a whole song about how you can't call a cat a dog. Great. She turns, before she starts the song, the dame, turns to the camera. I have to say it. And dead stares you in the face about not calling a cat a dog. And you're just so uncomfortable. I mean, you're already uncomfortable because the whole movie has just made you uncomfortable. And then she's just staring at you with this terrible song that you know is coming because you've seen the musical before. And you're like, what a terrible way to end such a wonderful show. Like, up to the heaviside layer. She's done the thing. You're so excited for her. And then this song happens. You're like, ugh.
It's true.
What? I'm like, oh. It's yeah. So that happens. Anyway, not all the songs are there, which is a shame because some of them are just like really good.
Yeah.
And they have human faces. They don't.
So weird.
They don't do the cat nose.
Like, yeah. Why? Like, that's the one thing I'm like. Mm-hmm.
But their ears are CGI'd and they're doing the whole cat thing. I'm like, why would you spend that much time on a cat, like cat ears, making them look realistically like cat ears and not have anything else on? I don't.
It is bizarre.
Yeah, and they're doing the cat hands things, but then they have like human feet and they're doing all the dancing, but some of the cats are wearing shoes and you're just I don't know. My whole life, I could have gone my whole life. And one of my friends said it rather well. She's like, no one asked for this. No one at all has asked for this.
It's so true.
So there you go.
Okay.
Just don't do it.
Now
you don't need it.
Caught up on cats, which is
you don't need that in your life.
You don't need it at all. Interesting. Well, yeah. So that came from the Taylor Swift speech. Yes, I saw that.
Tay-Tay.
But I should mention the prior to the wedding, the mermaid hair debacle.
Oh, yeah. You
has-
alluded to this, but I haven't heard the story.
Yes,
All right.
it has truly expanded into something quite interesting. As you can see, if you're watching this version, the YouTube version, we've just chopped it all off, and it's mostly brown now.
Yeah.
So we all know my hair fell out over
Right.
the summer from what we think is a combo of stress, too much keratin, which I don't know how that's possible, but apparently it's possible.
Yeah.
Swimming in all the waters. It's just a combo of things.
Okay.
Over the summer, I noticed in the shower it was just coming out in like
Big clumps.
lumps. And I was like, well, that's disheartening. So eventually my hair, just the top of it and around my face and on the bottom of like around my neck, back of my neck, was really short. Like
little baby fine
little
hairs.
spriggies.
Yeah.
That's what was left of my hair. And then whatever else was underneath here. So we've been trying to grow it out to look decent. And I've always had the extensions in. Even when it was like shorter, I still kept the extensions in my head to look normal. Well, it was time to take the extensions out. And this was like 2 weeks before my sister's wedding. So I was like, how about this? We get fresh extensions because these old ones were like ready to go. They needed to be thrown away. And the fresh extensions will help we'll place it appropriately to make my hair look semi-decent for this wedding, because my sister was already kind of like, are you gonna like have purple hair for my wedding or what would it? And so, I was like trying to be respectful of her wishes, but also still be my mermaid self.
Right.
And so we ordered new extensions. And I come to find out that it's the day before my appointment to get them put in, which was I think a week before the wedding. And she texts me the day before. She's like, my hair person. She's like, hey, was I supposed to order extensions for you? And I'm like,
yeah.
Yep, you were. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm the worst stylist ever. I did not. And I was like, no biggie. If you just want to order them now and like expedite it, like we can get it done. Like no biggie. I was actually quite calm. I think it's this new supplement I'm taking.
Excellent.
And
dead in all emotion.
Yeah. Just really calm. And so I was like, that's fine. Just order them and I'll come in and get a blowout tomorrow. It's fine. So she ordered the extensions, and of course they didn't have the ones that I needed. So she ordered a different kind, which is fine. Again, so calm. And so she ordered them. And so she gets them in. They literally come in. So this is I don't know. This is probably like 4 days before the wedding. She gets them in and she hasn't colored them or anything. And she realizes that she does not have enough time to color them, put them in my head, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, no.
During that appointment.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, you know what? We'll figure it out. So, again, I'm so calm.
Yeah.
But also getting frustrated at this point.
Yes.
Because
as one does.
It is
days.
Days before I have to leave town to go to be in my sister's wedding, which is important. It's photos that will be around forever. And like, as the least, I have been trying to make this like be perfect as possibly could be for my sister, because I was coming in literally the day before the rehearsal dinner, so I wasn't going to be there to be able to help, and like there's the least I could do to have my hair look decent. She's like, okay, I'm going to get this color done and then I can come over tomorrow, which is Ben's birthday, and the day my friend was leaving. She had been here all week, and the day that she was leaving town, so I had to drop her off at the airport. It was Ben's freaking birthday, my husband's birthday. And so I was like, listen, I gotta drop my friend off at the airport. My husband it's his birthday. All he wants for his birthday is to go to H&M and buy some pants. So here's what we're going to do.
Yeah, because legitimately, I saw them briefly for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Ben, your birthday's this week. And he's like, oh, yeah. So Abby was far more concerned about Ben's birthday than Ben was worried about Ben's birthday.
Ben was actually, and he was also on a very tight deadline for
Yes.
this TV show we're working on.
Yes, yes.
So I was like, I'm going to drop my bud off at the airport. Ben and I are going to go to H&M and get him some pants. Gosh darn it. And then we're going to pick up Chewy's, not even eat there because that's Ben and I, we eat at Chewy's like a couple times a week.
A lot.
And then we'll go home and you can meet me at my house. Take these extensions out of my head, put the new ones in, and it'll be a done deal. She's like, great. Love that. And all this time she's like super apologetic about it. It's fine. And I am the most calm. So I text her as we are leaving Opry Mills, which is like 7:30, 8, something like that. Not late. And I still haven't packed for the wedding. Like, not like, because my friend would have been in town. We've been filming. Like, it was a whole lot going on. And so I text her. I was like, hey, girl.
This story's giving me anxiety.
Well.
Like the anticipation.
Yes.
It's very Hitchcockian right now.
So I text her and I'm like, hey, we're leaving the mall. We got some pants, got some Mexican food. I'll see you at the house. No response.
No.
And so I get to the house. I'm like, maybe she's still at the salon putting color on my hair and she'll get back to me as soon as she realizes I've texted her. I don't hear anything, so I call her. Go straight to voicemail. Leave her a voice message, and then I text her again at 9:30 p.m. I'm like, hey, girl, you coming? Like, what time is good for you? Like, when are you coming over?
I also need to sleep.
Yeah, because I'm literally leaving tomorrow morning first thing to go to Louisiana to make it to my sister's rehearsal dinner. And so, no response. So I haven't like packed or anything because I'm really like kind of freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh. She's been in a car accident.
Right.
She's passed away. She's in hospital. She has gone.
Mind you, this is also supposed to be done. What is this day? Wednesday that this happened?
Yes.
This was supposed to have been already done and finished Monday.
Well, 2 weeks ago.
Oh, no.
The extensions were supposed to be come in.
Yes.
So we would have at least had a week to figure it out. Either way. So I don't get any response. At 11 p.m., I am truly concerned. Like, she hasn't shown up to my house. I haven't heard from her since 6:30 p.m. I'm worried. And so I text the salon owners at 11 p.m. and I'm like, y'all, I'm really concerned. This girl hasn't shown up to my house and she said she was supposed to be here. She's going to come meet me here and put in my extensions. And they're like, oh my gosh, I wonder if she is okay. And so like everybody's a little concerned. I texted some other stylists. I'm like, I'm so sorry it's so late, but I'm really concerned. Like, I think she's like driven off the road. Like, I don't know, drinking too much. I don't know. So by midnight, I'm up here on the 3rd floor crying at Ben's feet while he's in the office editing, because bless his heart, he was editing all day, every day. And I am like, all I wanted was to have my hair look good. And I got it. And so these extensions I purposefully left in because I knew we were going to take them out before the wedding.
Yeah.
And so they had to come out before the wedding. They had to. Somehow I had to get these extensions off my head. So I text Elise, our
a dear friend.
Dear friend. She
has has at some point been both of our hairstylists.
Yes. She did my hair like a while back, and then I started doing social media for this current company that I am at. And so I swapped over to them, and anywho.
And she does mine now.
She does Lauren's hair, she does Ben's hair, my husband's hair.
Yeah.
She does most of our friends' hair.
Yeah.
And so I text her and I'm like, hey girl, are you up? And she's like, yes, what's going on? So I call her crying. I was like, I told her the whole story. And I was like, do you know how to get extensions off of my head?
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Which is so funny because
so appropriate because that's exactly her character.
She played Gingy.
She's very good friends with Gingy.
Yes. So So she figures it out, and I go there first thing the next morning, and she has moved all of her books to somebody else and like made room for me to take out my extensions. And like also while I'm there, she's like, "What have you done to your hair?" And
Oh.
so like we sit there, like she literally puts the aromatherapy on me. She's
Right,
like, "You need
because
to close
Abby's
your
probably
eyes."
still crying at this
Yeah.
point.
You need to close your eyes and just relax. I'm going to put all this treatment on your head because you need all this treatment. And so we come out and, she gets the extensions out. She does everything. And she's like, "So your hair, since we don't have extensions, it looks like, in Rapunzel, whenever she gets all her hair chopped off,
Yep.
that's what it looked like. Yep.
Okay.
Like absolutely redonkulous. And just like the choppy, like, who knows what was going
Yeah.
on. This is the longest story ever. We're going to have to chop it down. But I was like, "Elise, I don't know what I want to do,
I mean,
but I just want you to do what you think is best
I
at
am
this
in
point."
your and God's hands
Yeah.
right now. There is no other option for me.
If you chop it off, you chop it off, and we
You
go
have
from there.
to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
I just need to not look like this.
Yes. So she did what she does best and chopped it off and gave me a nice short little bob here. And I went along my merry way and tipped her all the money.
Yep.
While I'm sitting in Elise's chair, I get a text message from chick who has my hair extensions still currently. And she says, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I fell asleep." She fell asleep, guys.
You fell asleep?
At 8 p.m. apparently. And she's like, "I was up really early and just like got home and just crashed, and I'm so sorry." And she's like, "You can come by the salon and I can try to put him in." Like I'm like, "Girl,
I'm gone.
yeah, like I do not have time. Like I just got up here and went to my friend's salon who actually like made the effort to like take care of my situation." So that was the day before. That was the day we left for the wedding. And ever since then, I haven't seen her yet. She still has my extensions, and apparently Elise says I could probably like stick some hair in, because my hair like that's growing now is actually growing really well.
Oh, good.
And so she's like the extensions might help make it look better, but I have yet to go get those.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't do that either. Mm-mm.
So, but I have an appointment next week to go get them, to go talk to her and like go get my extensions put in. So we'll see how that goes. But everyone, just pray that I have grace and am patient.
You're a better person than me.
Because it was really, really, really terrible. Because, there's a chick at the wedding.
It's just
There's a girl at the wedding that like did our hair.
yeah.
And when I showed her my head, it's just embarrassing at this point. Like,
Right.
all of my hair on the top of my head is shorter than, like Ben's hair is longer than mine.
Yeah.
And so when I had to show her my head, which is embarrassing in the first place, but I'm also kind of being dramatic about it on my sister's day. And so I was trying to like be as chill as humanly possible, but at the end of the day, like all I wanted was for my hair to look good for my sister.
This is the stuff like this is the reason Valium was created.
Yeah. So, it was just a lot. And what we ended up doing, she like styled it in a way that looked like I had long hair and she could just put it in an updo, but it actually,
Oh, yeah. Updo's, it's amazing.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it worked out and it was fine. I didn't love it, but it wasn't my day. And so I tried to be like but I could tell that my mom and my sister had told everybody to tell me that my hair looked good.
Oh.
So all the bridesmaids were like, "Abby, your hair looks so good like that." And I'm like, "Y'all are all full of it." But thank you.
Every part of me hated that story.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a struggle. And like they're, I mean, hashtag like mermaid probs and not really that important, but because Sweet Mermaid London's niece Reese, like is losing her hair because she's going through
Yes. Yeah.
chemotherapy.
Yeah.
Like I can live with this, but
At the same time, though, like, just because there are other people in the world who have problems that are bigger than yours does not devalue the problems that you have.
yeah,
So, like, it you're allowed to feel the way that you felt about all of that. It was stressful. It was
it was
anxiety riddled.
yeah,
Like,
and it could have been prevented. I think is like my
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
She could have been more communicative. And if she wasn't planning on coming, like I just would have rather her said, "Girl, I'm so tired. I've got to go home, but if you want to come in super early tomorrow morning, I'll meet you at the salon
yeah.
or something." But like ghosting me was not the right decision.
No,
That just yeah.
because I don't know how many people really know Abby. I know Abby pretty well. Abby's scary. Like, I'm loud and obnoxious, and I can have pretty terrifying moments, especially if you piss me off.
Sure.
But Abby's a slow burn. Like, I'm pretty volcano-y or like constant
Yeah.
volcano-y, but
Yeah.
Abby's a slow burn. Don't piss off Abby.
Yeah. It's when you're not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
It's when you get me.
Mm-hmm.
And we could all have solved this problem like adults, but we didn't.
No.
So, all that to say, friends, be careful with your hair, y'all.
Right before the wedding.
Before
Woo.
any major event.
Well, that story reminded me of the little story that happened between the two of us, or like the three of us, really, while I was in Costa Rica.
Oh yeah.
It's a decent one. It was funny.
It's quick.
It's quick. Brendan and I had to take a ferry. We had to drive our car onto a ferry and to go back to the mainland while we were in Costa Rica. And so, and this is fairly common. A lot of the time, if you have a vehicle ferry, only one person drives onto the ferry, and then they get out of the car and they meet all the rest of their people on top of the boat. You can't stay in your car on the ferry.
Okay.
So he drives the car onto the ferry and apparently didn't have enough room on the driver's side to get out of his car. So had to climb over their passenger seat to get out of the car.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is not easy for a boyfriend who is a man.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
And
That's
so, which I love.
Of course.
So yeah, so he does that thing and he's telling me all about this and he pulls out his phone and he's put it down and he's looking at it and he's like, "Did you call Abby on my phone?" And I'm like, "At what point in the time that you have been away from me for a solid 30 minutes with your phone the entire time in your pocket, climbing over passenger seats, meeting me up here, pulling said phone out of said pocket, looking at it and asking me, did I call Abby on your phone? Would I have had the chance to take your phone away from you, waved it into your face for the face recognition unlock, and then proceeded to call Abby without any of your knowledge during any of this time?" No, I did not call Abby on your phone. So Abby didn't pick up because she was in the middle of something.
Yeah.
We were doing something.
I don't remember what I was doing, actually. But.
And unfortunately, because Brendan butt dialed Abby through his phone and she didn't pick up, her assumption went to automatically, they have been kidnapped and I am the ransom call that was made. Because for no reason would they be calling me from Costa Rica other than the fact that I am their ransom liaison.
Yeah. Well, and in my phone is Brendan, but the artist name that he used to work for, because that's how I met him. And so I was like, it took me a minute. Like after I got done doing what I don't remember what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I saw the name and I was like, what? I saw the artist name and I was like,
Abby
that's
is
weird.
in his phone the exact same way.
Yeah. So
As Abby, the artist she used to work for.
yeah.
Right next.
And so I am like, wait a minute.
Ugh.
They're Costa Rica. They've been taken. They were calling me and I didn't answer. So I call back and I don't, like, nobody answers. And so I call again and I leave a voicemail. I'm like, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. Are y'all okay? I'm so sorry. And I text message you, like, I text message Brendan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Are y'all okay? And so, like,
and we send a nice little, hey, we're fine. He butt dialed you picture.
oh gosh.
So
I just
Abby,
worry about you.
Angst. A lot of angst happened in that brief period of time.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
Oh, I'm just glad y'all are okay.
I know.
And you made it out of Costa Rica alive.
We did. We were not taken and not ransomed.
Yeah. My
And
gosh.
Abby is now okay.
I am now okay. Time for a hashtag journey moment.
Whatcha?
Right.
Don't do that. Nobody likes it when you do that. Should I slowly lift it?
What?
Dun, 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 dun.
Everyone, if you're just listening, we're taking a moment here to bring out a gift from our favorite mermaid, Sabrina Rose. Yay! She gave us the Disney Animators Collection, Little Baby Ursula. Little baby. She's so cute.
And it's got a baby Flotsam and Jetsam.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And I thought, because, we haven't been
on this female-led podcast.
On this podcast. So we really needed, a female to be represented. So
God, you gotta love their packaging, man. They just
know,
think of
right?
everything. Like our little
Disney's the
mirrors back
best.
there
Oh,
too.
what?
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, so Mermaid Sabrina Rose gave us this Ursula.
She's the best.
Sabrina gives the best gifts.
She really does. Maybe that's her love language.
It is.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Oh.
Or I've talked about it with Sabrina.
Oh. What's
yeah.
yours? Like, what? How do you prefer to receive it?
I mean, gifts are definitely one of them, but like words of affirmation.
Oh. I know one of yours to give. You do a lot of acts of service, I think.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, you're always there for your friends.
Oh my gosh.
To, like, perform duties that they need help with.
Yeah, I like
so
that.
it might be one you don't think about very often. Because
That's
I think
true.
acts of service is often one people don't think about too much because it's just something that you do so naturally.
It's true.
And then, like, geez. All right, Ursula's really...
Oh,
sorry.
Passion.
Ursula's really in there. Oh, that's why, because there's a thingy holding her in.
Is she stuck?
She's attached. But yeah, I think it's something that people don't think about like as much because it doesn't come across as like a love language.
Totally. It's just a thing you do.
Yeah, it's just like a thing that you do.
Doing that thing you do.
Yeah.
Breaking my heart.
But sorry, what do you think how do you think you give?
I don't really know. I like to get people things.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. What's yours?
Physical touch. It's how I like to give and receive.
Oh.
And in my she's so cute.
So cute.
And now that I'm slightly older, because I was really big on it in high school, especially giving. But we are living in 2020 now, and I'm 30, and not everybody likes to be touched. And so that's something that I've learned, not necessarily the hard way, but definitely learned over time that just like people don't always enjoy it. And so it's not something that I will automatically do to everyone just because I know how uncomfortable it can make people. And that's not the point of an act of love.
That's interesting.
So I'm not as overt about it as I used to be, especially at like first upon meeting people, but it's definitely the way that I prefer to both give and receive. That and probably quality time.
Yeah. Quality time's a good one. I don't know. It's hard for me to pinpoint because I like them all.
Yes.
I
true.
also have fear of deprivation as a Enneagram 7. So
Oh, yeah.
I would rather just have everything.
I don't gift giving. I am good at gift giving.
Yes, you are.
Thanks.
Hence the Maleficent as the dragon glow in the dark Funko Pop she gave me
Yes.
for Christmas.
Yes. But it's not an act of love that I thoroughly enjoy. It tends to stress me out a little bit. This Christmas is pretty good. I started early.
Oh, that's always good.
Yeah. So I definitely started early and
Yeah.
just like was okay with being done with people.
Yeah.
Not like done with people,
Right.
but like done shopping for those
Yes.
people.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, we're that person has XYZ. They don't need any more, and that part of my brain shut off. Like, where
Yeah.
you're like on the lookout for stuff for people.
Totally.
I was able to like shut that off and just be done.
That's
and
great.
So that worked out. So then I made like a little list of what I'd gotten for everybody, and I was able to see who didn't have anything in particular yet, and
Love
worked
it.
out well. Yeah.
Well, thank you,
There's-
Mermaid Sabrina Rose,
yes.
for our cute lore swap.
She's darling.
She's our hashtag Jody moment
I love
because,
it. Flotsam and Jetsam are like this like fabulous little scarf that she has.
I know. I wasn't sure if they'd be attached.
I
but they
know.
are.
I'm so glad they are.
So cute.
Adorable. I love it.
Yep.
And her little beauty mark.
I know. She's precious. Just love it. So cute. So now we have a female represented in
We do.
on our table here.
Brilliant.
All right, Lauren. Moving on. I really want to talk about Frozen 2, but we can talk about
I
that
know.
next week.
Okay.
All right, so let's move on to our next segment. Merlings say the darndest things.
Right. Oh, man. All right. 5-year-old. Look what I did. Oh, that's clever. I'm a clever man.
This is the 5-year-old.
5-year-old.
Oh my gosh. I'm a clever man.
That's clever. I'm a clever man. All right.
Okay.
Are you also 45?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so cute. This one I was doing vocab with them, and so I asked them what they do for the holidays, or what winter is, or what is involved in winter, something like that.
Mhm.
And so one of the 5-year-olds said, "You love each other on Christmas Eve." I said, "Is that the only time you love each other?" Yes.
Oh no.
And the parent guessed it.
Oh, that's funny.
The parent, like I'm friends with some of the parents on Facebook, and
Yeah,
one of
they're
the
like,
parents
"Is that my
went,
child?"
"That was my kid."
Oh
And
my
I said,
gosh.
"I can neither confirm nor deny." Winky face. Like,
That's funny.
but also definitely a child.
Yeah, it definitely
Yeah.
was. That's so funny.
Oh, yeah. 4-year-old. Miss Lauren, can I tell you something? I can't imagine a world without you in it.
My heart can't take it. I can't imagine a world without you in it either, Lauren. Oh my gosh.
So I made sure the parent got that one.
Yeah.
Because
That's so
obviously
sweet.
for safety reasons, I don't name any of my
Yeah.
children
Yeah.
on Facebook. And oh my god!
That
But
is
I made
so
sure that the parent knew
sweet.
about that one. I
Oh
can't
my
imagine a world
gosh.
without you in it. I was like, okay, BRB. I have
Oh.
something in my eyeball.
Oh my gosh.
So I gave her a big
so
hug.
sweet.
Like,
Wow. I love it.
yeah. So
Well, Merlings do say the darndest things.
they do. Awesome.
Okay, let's move on to a mermaid spotlight.
Yes.
I think with this mermaid spotlight should be our friend Felicia with fins.
Yeah.
You
down for that?
Yes. You missed our December meetup because you were gallivanting in New York.
I was. It's true.
But Felicia she's from Maryland, came to Nashville and joined us for a mermaid meetup.
Oh my gosh.
Nashville Mermaid Pod meetup, and just was delightful. She was absolutely delightful.
Yeah, the ones that travel always are.
Yes, it's true. So you can follow her at Felicia with Fins, and she is a part of the Circus Siren.
Yes.
She's a great swimmer, and she'd actually never been in a fabric Mertailor
She
tail
hadn't?
before. So yeah, no. So she got to try on some my Mertailor goodies.
That's awesome.
Yes, and she and I grabbed coffee, and she was like, "Where should we go for coffee?" And I was like, "How hipster do you want to be?"
An excellent question here in Nashville.
She's like, "Oh, the most hipster." So I was like, "Oh, Barista Parlor." So we went to Barista Parlor and took our Polaroid selfie in front of the hipster coffee place
Nice.
that you pay $8 for.
Yes. Okay. I'm remembering the images that I was seeing because
Yeah.
I was checking in sporadically, but now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I was so excited. So y'all go give her a follow. She is
Mhm.
just the cutest. And I think she'll be at Mermagicon if y'all are going to go. You can meet her there. She is the cutest.
Cool.
Felicia with fans. Yes, girl.
Oh,
I love it.
what fun. Oh,
I
yeah.
know.
And she's beautiful.
Oh, yeah. She's gorgeous. And she does video stuff too, like
Yeah.
photography and video stuff.
She
She's
does
great.
TikTok too.
I love it.
That's so amazing. I mean, like, how long did it take her to get there? She drive?
Yeah, I think so. I
Like-
think like 10 hours.
Oh,
I know.
bless.
No. So anywho, I think we've been talking like a super long time, Lauren. Thank you everyone for bearing with us and listening to the podcast as we are now back.
Yes.
And we will
See you on the flip side.
Bye, mermaids.
Bye.